thriller, the opening scene doesn't make sense. They've said, what you thought you had left. He's now catching up with you. Which doesn't obviously make any sense. They're putting ellipses on the end.
We can't put this on vlogs. We can't.
What are we going to do now? Right, just start again. Right. We're evaluating Remember Me by Amy Rashbrook and Jess Albert. The opening sentence doesn't make any sense. It said, and you said.
What you had though, you had left behind is now catching up with you. However, they did lose an ellipsis to create tension.
They used an over-the-shoulder shot of a voice, and the credit said Sarah Walker, and obviously the boy was not Sarah Walker, so it didn't really correlate with each other.
Also, the camera was shaking, therefore they would have needed a tripod rather than just carrying it because it made it really shaky and looked unprofessional.
When he was first introduced by the location and the setting, there was a door and it was covering half the screen, so you could only see half of the setting, which didn't really give the audience a feel for where their thriller was being filmed. The font in the thriller was really amateur. It was like childlike. Doesn't really match with the thriller genre. It needs to be more jagged and harsh to make it more scary. The main character's name appeared when his back was to the camera, so I introduced him, what was his name, CJ, and he didn't actually have his face at camera, so it didn't allow the audience to see who he was. And when he did have his face at camera, it had another person's credits, which might mislead the audience into thinking that it was actually someone else.
And from this, you could see that there was too many camera angle shots, so they was trying to fit all the credits in to one opening, which was really unrealistic because they only had 2 minutes to film it, and it takes, if they wanted to introduce all the characters, they should have set it up differently with different locations with all of the characters instead of trying to squeeze it in, which looked really unprofessional.
Also, CJ was standing underneath the stairs while the girl walked past. It gave too much away. Unlikely she wouldn't have seen him, which would be more suitable in the middle of the film, or the main plot, not just the opening. And there was a girl also with her phone in the shower, and obviously which is unrealistic because you wouldn't take your phone in the shower with you. And when the text appeared on the phone, it was all blurry, so you couldn't actually see what they were saying, so it kind of didn't really give the whole story.
From this, you could see the young girl reading a newspaper, which looked really staged, as it wasn't realistic, as a 16-year-old girl wouldn't walk into the lounge and read a newspaper, and the camera angle was very plain and predictable. It didn't create any tension, which what thriller opening would do.
They did use good influences though from Cape Fear. They had a scene of the main character holding a knife, and you couldn't see the face, you just saw the body, which was from Cape Fear, which is obviously really good. The main character also, we felt that he wasn't actually suitable for a villain. He was in too casual clothing, he was just wearing jeans and a hoodie, and it was more like a gangster film than an actual thriller. The sound didn't really go with the scene. The girl reading the newspaper goes to the man with hammer. Still, same suspense doesn't create tension or a good atmosphere for the audience.
Adding to this, the dialogue was too staged, it didn't create the tension. It would have been better with using face reactions and practicing it more with better drama skills rather than just a speech in an opening, because it's very unlikely that it's able to get good dialogue that creates tension in a thriller opening.
We spoke to Sir and he said that they didn't actually score very highly, so putting all this into conjunction, we could
Why are you just cracked up now?
We're gonna do what we're gonna try and tell what they've done wrong. We're gonna try and put good in our thriller, basically. You girls?
Yes.
Yes.
Now I've got to stop it.